Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. What is their next step towards you? What next step is your person going to take towards you or away from you? What's their next step anyway? I'm also going to go into yours too. What is your next step? Now, I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it is good. Each one of these has a deeper dive as well. So if you find that it is your situation, it could be a story, you might want to get that, because in that I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now. I'm going to go into guidance for you in this relationship. So what do you need to know about them, yourself, your dynamics between you, how to make it work really well. And I'm also going to go into how this might all play out with possible timelines. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of each of these readings, you'll see a link that pops up there for that deeper dive. You can find that in the description box and in the comments below, where you can also find your timestamps to jump ahead to your reading. And so all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one do you want? Would you like the crystal? I can't remember what kind of crystal this is. If anyone knows, let me know. This kind of looks like soap, but it's not. It's a crystal. The flower. Pouring down out there, so I had to just take one of these flowers because I'm not going out in the rain. Not for anybody. Or the shell. Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well, even if it's just to say, hey, it really helps my YouTube algorithm out apparently, although it doesn't seem to be doing anything at the moment. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Pick a Card reads a week. If you've got some suggestions of what you want me to do on, let me know in the comments below. I also do a daily energy update for the collective, and I go live 3 times a week giving mini reads for donations in my Psychic Cafe show. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing thing that's down there, and you'll see the next show. You can click on set a reminder there. So take your pick, crystal, flower, or shell, and I will see you in your reading. So if you chose this crystal, then this one's for you. Let's find out what your person's next move is. Let's find out what your next move is as well. Let's do this 2 ways kind of thing to get the full picture. Now, as always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this as well, an extended reading. So if you find that this is your story, or could be a story, you might want to get that. In that, I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now. And also guidance for you in this relationship as well. So once you're together, what you need to know about them, yourself, the dynamics, how to make it work really well, and also how this might all play out with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get some general cards out first. What's the next step? What's their next step, your next step? Willing entanglement. So you're doing this, you're getting involved in this. So if you were unsure of whether this is going to happen, this relationship, yes, willing the entanglement here. You both want this, you both want to get into it. We'll come back into it. Very playful as well. Very playful energy that you've both got together, which is beautiful. We like that. And what else? A lot of fun together. Listen. I do feel like there's a need to listen to each other though and pay close attention, so not brush things away that they've said. Something's important to them, or if they've got a problem, or if they've got a bit of a delay, listen to them. Don't brush it away and go, that's nothing. Just for those of you that are experiencing like delays, it says the secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. Need to pay close attention to what each other are saying is what I'm getting here. So what is your person's next move? Let's get some cards out for them. What's their next move? What's your person's next move? So you want a bit of action. We all want a bit of action happening now, right? We're waiting for some action to happen. What's their next move? Okay. Well, they have some kind of a judgment, decision to make, but I think this is external. I think someone else is making a decision about them. This could be a judge itself, you know, it could be about a court case, divorce hearing, something like that, dissolution of maybe a business or a marriage, or there's something like that is going on. And so it's dealing with that. The next move is dealing with that. 8 of Swords, breaking themselves free from some bondage that they've been in, something that's tied them down. And then it's, yes, happily ever after with you. That's quite a leap there, isn't it? And so a couple of dark cards there, and then, yeah, it's all on with you. that could be a proposal. Well, let's see, shall we? So why the Judgment card? What is this all about? It's too many. What's this Judgment card about here? Why Judgment? Why is the next move Judgment? I don't feel that this decision is in their hands. I feel like it's out of their hands. I think it's in the hands of the justice system. I think it's a judge or some official decision that they're waiting on here. That is the next move. Tell us why the Judgment card is here. So let's take that one. 9 of Inspiration. It's something that's wounded them. So it's not just a cut and dry, need this judgment thing. There's also wounding behind this as well. So the heart's a bit broken too. It's not just about this judge's decision. There's a lot going on in the background here. A lot of emotional stuff that needs clearing up in the background. So there's wounding going on here before they can move forward. So it feels to me like if there's been a delay in some kind of a justice process going on, the delay is kind of a reflection of them processing deep hurt and heartbreak over something that's gone on. Maybe someone that's turned against them or something like that, someone they trusted. So there's an emotional cleanup job going on that they're doing as well. Yeah, healing energy. So they're healing themselves. Healing themselves. Not quite ready to move forward with you yet until they've done this stuff. 8 of Swords, but they are breaking free from that. So they're breaking free of those constraints, the things that have held them back, the things that have tied them down. The most of it, really, the energy that's behind it is the emotional attachments that they've had. I feel like your person could have a very idealistic view of the world. They might have very strong morals themselves, and with other people that they've chosen in their life haven't exactly got those same morals as them, and they're very disappointed by the people around them. They might have always held those other people in high regard. They've all seen the best in them, and wanting it to come right, and then it never did. And so it could be heartbreaking for them to realize that it's never going to happen, it's never going to come good, kind of thing. And so them having to walk away from that. It's something that they've been waiting for, so they could start this new path off. Yeah, Ace of Materials, so that they can actually give a big offer. So it's something that has tied them down, breaking free of something that has tied them down, restricted them from making a big offer, from moving forward, so they've just been waiting for this thing, waiting and waiting and waiting, all the while healing themselves of the disappointment. It feels like disappointment. So it could be their finances get freed up so that they can make a big offer, or they I don't know, they're getting freed up. There's freedom involved in this, so that they can give you a big offer there. So it feels like there's a big offer coming in for you. Tell us what's behind this. Can they have to get themselves free of something? Movement into balance. Yeah, again, I'm getting that emotional balance thing. As they get themselves emotionally balanced, they kind of free themselves up from it. They were making it mean something. I think that they were taking the responsibility of sorting something out, something that couldn't be sorted out, it feels like. And when they freed themselves up from that, that's when all of the external freedoms can be had. So that's the next step, is setting themselves free. And then 10 of Cups, this is them coming towards you. Tell us why the 10 of Cups is here. Is this a love offer? Oh, it's fast. The Lover's Chariot is a love offer. Wow, goosebumps. They're coming in fast, super fast, when they can, to tell you, to make that connection with you, lovers with you. Starting it off, it's going to be super fast. I was going to say stupid fast then. 10 of Cups, because they want the happily ever after with you. They know that that's where the happily ever after is. And what's behind this? What's behind this? 4 crystals. Abundance. Oh wow, it is the money being sorted out then. So yeah, big offer. They're going to give you a big offer. Not like a financial offer, but it's like, let's get a house here and let's do this. It's going to be fast when they come in. You might be a little bit overwhelmed by it because you've waited so long. Both of you have waited so long is what it feels like. Now, what's let's get some more of the love cards out for them. Tell us more about this next move of theirs. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy in your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So this is where they're at. They're choosing joy in their life now. They've decided that they don't need to put up with all of this crap that they've been putting up with, that they're allowed to have a joyful life too. And they're making that break for freedom so that they can have that joyful life with you. What else? They're clearing their mind, so they've had a lot on their mind. Things have been going around and around and around in their mind, and they're speaking the world into being. So they're going to be completely focused on this new start with you, like where they're wanting to be headed now, not this past stuff. So they've been thinking and thinking and thinking on the past stuff and all of that, and then they're letting that go and turning towards you. What it is that they want, their new dreams and all of that. Really putting the past behind them. So it feels like it's been a big process for them to put their past behind them. Gifts. They could be showering you with gifts when they do. They want to offer you a lot. That's why they needed the finances sorted out. They didn't want to be a burden on you. They want to offer you a lot. And they're going to come in with the truth here. They think you're so beautiful. They're going to come in with the truth. Tell you the truth about it all. So if they've kept you in the dark about any of this process or anything that's been going on, or the feelings or any of it, they're going to come in with the full truth. Oh, wow. Well, what's your next move? What's your next move toward them? Yeah, waiting. Oh, an unknown. So very emotional about waiting. So you're in your emotions. You might be crying a lot while you're waiting. You might feel like they're not coming at all and that you're giving up hope and have lost hope and all of that. You got the Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So it's like dreaming of this love offer that will fulfill your wishes. It is your wish to be with this person. You know that. But I do feel like there's a bit of unsure of whether you should make that move forward, if you should be the one making contact with them, the page, the one that delivers that news kind of thing. You've been waiting for so long, it's making you so upset, and it's like, should I move forward on my wishes? Should I be making a love offer to them or someone else to, am I doing the wrong thing by holding my energy back, by waiting for them and all of that? Very confused about this all. It doesn't really say what your next move is. What, the Temperance and the Moon, tell us about this. Temperance and the Moon. There's confusion. Too many. The cards are falling out in chunks because it's pouring down with rain. It has been for days. It is going to be for days as well. And so the cards soak up the moisture when it's this humid. Tropical weather. Delightful most of the time, but this is not delightful at all. And so it messes with my cards. It makes them all crinkly. It makes them all warped. And they fall out in chunks instead of in one. So reading's a little bit more difficult for me, but I do know when the guides say, yeah, it's those cards, and when it isn't. So don't worry. Temperance and the Moon. Tell us why Temperance and the Moon is here. Why Temperance and the Moon? What is the action? So the next move for crystals to make. Tell us about that. Right, there we go. Okay, so it's just you sorting out your environment, so having to deal with those emotions, that confusion, sorting things out in your environment, so up-leveling things in your life, so it's not so much a move toward them. And what's behind that? Could be getting ready for them. Omens. Not to. You've had omens not to. You've had omens to keep on doing things. You've had the signs and the guidance to keep on doing things for yourself and not to make a move toward them. So your next move is not toward them, it's letting them do it, Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups, but you are thinking, should I be moving forward? Giving a love offer to someone else, that kind of thing. Two of Cups there. Should I be expressing my love, and what my wishes are to them? Tell us what's behind this Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, Muse of Emotions, because you love them. They love you. I think they know that already. I think they're aware of this already. I think the person feels this already. I'm feeling like the confusion around this of you maybe... I think what this is saying is that you're asking yourself, Do they know that I love them? Are they waiting on me, letting them know that I love them? Are they kind of confused about that? Have I not made it clear to them? It's not any of that. This is clearly not any of that, right? It's not about you. And so less of the confusion from you. Get on with your own stuff and your own growth, right? Your own growth. Yeah. And so you're kind of learning from this. Tying yourself up in knots, and you don't need to do that. You don't need to make it about you. You know, there's that paranoia when, if someone is in a bad mood, if we are like unhealed and triggered, we always make it about ourselves. It's like, oh God, I've done something wrong, they're in the mood with me. When they might just be tired. They might just not got a very good night's sleep, right? It's got nothing to do with us at all. But when we are unhealed and triggered like that, we make it about us. And this has got that feeling that you're still making it a bit about you, what they're going through, and it's got nothing to do with you. They do know that you love them. They love you. They're sorting stuff out to come. So I really feel like there's no next move for you. You're just waiting. Which is why Temperance came out first. You're just waiting. That's the next move, is just to wait and deal with those insecurities that are coming up within you that is trying to tell you that it's your next move. It's not your next move. It's obviously their next move to be made. Please. And what else for Crystal's next move? Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So you can move forward on different areas of your life. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. So your person hasn't even told you about their feelings as well, which could lead to the confusion. So there's been a lack of communication. They could just be waiting. They're going to tell you the feelings. Look at these cards. 10 of Cups, Chariot and the Lovers. You're going to be very clear on their feelings very soon. But yeah, they could have been holding that back. And again, it just feels like it's not your turn. It's not your turn for the movement here. Let the divine masculine step up and take the lead here. It's a very masculine thing to do, especially if it's them that's got stuff to sort out in their lives to come through. Detoxify and step into your power. So, detox. If you have been dealing with diffusion and this waiting by drinking or taking drugs or any of those toxic kind of things, detoxify. This might not be about that. This might be about getting rid of toxic people out of your life and all of that. And so that's what you can be getting on with now. Detoxifying your life, cleaning up your space, that kind of thing. Stepping into your power as well. And so standing up for yourself and being powerful in your life and yeah, making new choices for yourself. Again, it's that 7 of Materials, cleaning up your environment, making upgrades in your life, getting on with your life kind of thing. Not getting on with your life as in moving on to another relationship, but I'm just getting on with your life. Other things in your life, you know. What else? Next move for crystals. Crystal's next move. True love. Oh, you got it coming. It's not so far off, you know. It's not so far away as you think it is. This is true love. You've got it coming. It's about to happen. Sooner than you think. Orgasm. So if that has been a bit of a lacking, well, you've got the lovers coming in now. It does feel like it's going to be on when they come in, you know. Very sexual. But old wounds are coming up before that. There's stuff for you to heal as you're waiting is what it feels like. But it's coming in, and it's coming in soon as well as what it feels like. Well, let's find out in that deeper dive. If this does sound like your story, could be your story, you might want to get that deeper dive. In that, as I said, I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in. Guidance for you in this relationship as well. What else do you need to know about them and yourself in relationship with each other? How to make it work really well. And how this might all play out along with some timelines. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's a link in the description box and in the comments below. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of thing. Get your email address right. Type it in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. Check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal. I don't know what kind of crystal this is. Do you know? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Click on that crystal, and on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. When you click on the picture of a video, If it doesn't take you to a video right away, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. It really helps out my YouTube channel. Let me know what's going on with this, and or just say hi. And click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Pack card reads a week. If you've got any suggestions of what you want me to do them on, let me know in the comments below. I do a daily energy update for the collective as well, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give mini reads. We'd love to see you in there. 7 a.m. Bangkok time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can find the next show lined up on my YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing thing down there. So thanks again for watching. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. If you're not coming with me, then I won't see you there. I'll see you next time. Bye. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you, flowers. I just plucked it off my flowers right there because I'm not going out in this rain to go and get another flower. If you chose the flower, this one's for you. Let's find out what your person's next move is, what your next move is as well. What is your next move? What is their next move? Let's find out. Now, as always, there's going to be a deeper dive. In the deeper dive, the extended reading this time, I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now. I'm going to go into guidance for you in this relationship. What do you need to know about them? What do you need to know about yourself? What do you need to know about the dynamics between you and how to make it work really well? I'm also going to go into how this might all play out with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. What's your next moves? General cards out first. Not the best start here because you've got a time to walk alone. The next move is a kind of a walk away or a push back or a we can't do this right now kind of a thing. What? Cozy home. So a bit of a retreat here. Yeah, a bit of a retreat energy. Next move is kind of a move away is what it feels like. Giving each other time and space and retreating energy. Yeah, maybe an actual retreat to deal with something. Like an addiction or something like that. It doesn't have to be an addiction, but it could be something like that. Just needing time to deal with something in our own lives because there's turbulence, right? Murky mind, rough waters. Could be some kind of mental health problems like addictions or stuff like that. It could be. There's some turbulence, or they might just be backing off from you because there's some turbulence in their life as well, or you got turbulence in your life. You need to take your own space, deal with those things in your lives before you come together. Could be that. Well, let's see. Let's focus on your person first. What's their next move? What is Flowers person's next move toward flowers or away from flowers? What's their next move with flowers? Crystal's person, no, Flowers person, not Crystal's person. You don't go off with Crystal's person. It's complicated enough, isn't it? They're at a crossroads, so there's an important decision for them to make at a crossroads. Now, it doesn't have to be about you, that decision. It could be about something else in their life. An important decision. Yeah, a cycle needs to complete. So the end of something, again, it could be an addiction. It could be something that they need to sort out in their life, a debt or an addiction or anything like that. Just something that is just like, I need to deal with this now. I'm at a crossroads. It's time for me to... It's almost like a maturing I'm picking up here of your person. Like, I need to deal with this first. And that's why they could be pulling away from you a little bit. Let's get another one out. Victory! Yay! Victory! 6 of Wands. Awesome. Great energies. Let's get some clarifiers out then. So the next move... 2 of Wands, they've got a decision to make. It doesn't feel like it's about you. It feels like it's about something in their life. Some decision that they've got to make in their life. So the Hermit away for that. For stability. Could be about their finances. So the Hermit, yeah. So they're having to pull back because of that to make that decision. They need to make this decision alone for themselves. If you try and coerce or push them into that, then they might go back on it and they know not to do that, you know. You don't want to push someone into a decision, right, and then have them throw it in your face later and say, you made me do that. I would have chosen something else. So we don't want that. Music materials. It could be about their money. This is the King of Pentacles. It's certainly about their stability. So they're pulling back and having to sort something out in their life first because they've got a decision to make. It's not really telling us what that decision is, but it could be all of those things that I've talked about. Debt. Finance thing, yeah, it could be addiction, could be something more material in that, like the sale of a house or something like that. Stripping illusion, no, it's something that they've got to face up to now. There's a definite maturing going on in your person here. Stripping illusions, they can't just ignore it anymore. They know they've got to face up to these things. So yeah, an important decision to make in their lives. Not around relationship, it's not around relationship, but it's certainly something that they want to clear up before they get into this relationship. A cycle needs to complete here, the world. Tell us why the world card is here. A cycle needs to complete before another one can begin. So this is someone that knows that they can't get into something new while they've still got something going on. Four of emotions. It's something that they regret. It's something that has disappointed them. It's something disappointed in themselves, maybe. It's certainly something that they don't want to bring into this relationship. It feels like it's something that is unworthy of you. Yeah, it's something that it's disappointed them. No, they've disappointed themselves. It's something that they're wising up to now, and they're a little bit embarrassed about it. They want to sort it out away from you because they're a little bit embarrassed about it. This could be something that you don't know about. A debt that you don't know about, or something like that. It's something for them to clear up. Something that they've been ignoring for a long time, and they know that they've got to face up to it now. You might know what it is, you might not know what it is. And but the pull away is for that. They're going to pull away because of that, or they've already pulled away because of this. But they're going to make that decision, is what it feels like. Joy, because they want to be happy, and they can't be happy with this looming over their head. It's like a dark cloud over their head, this thing. And, you know, they might have been telling themselves, oh, I'm all right with that debt. I'm in a bit of debt, but it doesn't matter. Everyone's in debt, you know. But they're realizing they come to think about being in a relationship with you, and they're embarrassed about it. They'd have to hide it from you. They don't want to have secrets from you, right? Who wants to get into a relationship and have to hide something like that? So they don't want to. They know that they've got to sort it out. So you've caused them to, it feels like you've caused them, or maybe something else has caused them to face up to something that has really been a negative thing in their life. But they've been ignoring it. They can't ignore it any longer. They're going to have victory with it. Six of Wands. Some kind of victory anyway. What's the Six of Wands here for? Is this victory with flowers? And if we're talking about a debt, you know, once someone gets determined to pay it down or whatever, the universe tends to get on board and help out. You know, it can be quite fast once that happens. Six of Wands and the Devil. Okay. So, they're going to be making a move towards you for a victory here. But this Devil card, there's still something a bit dodgy about that. There's something... They might be coming in a little bit soon before something has been cleared up there. They could be coming forward with lust, or kind of obsessed about you. They might have very good intentions to wait until something's sorted out, but be coming in a little bit early towards you for a victory. And so something could be speeding them up there. They might see you moving on, or feel like you're moving on, or something like that, and then it urges them to come in a little bit sooner than they should, is what I'm getting there. Self-love is behind that, and so they do want you. They want to be with you, and it's like impatience gets the best of them, and they make a move on you there. So they are going to come in. It feels like best intentions, I'll sort this thing out first, and then temptation tests them, and it's like, nah, you know, they are sorting it out, but they come in before they've fully sorted it out. That's all it is. No biggie, really. As long as they're determined to still sort it out, it's no biggie whether they've completed it or not, is it? I don't think so. It doesn't feel like it's something that really intrudes on this relationship completely. Unless it does, you know? Unless it does. Unless I'm talking about someone who is with someone else still, and then they come in to have a kind of an affair with you. It could be that for some of you. You'll know your situation better than I can. They will be stepping into the power, though. They are taking more power. I'm getting that from this. They're taking more power now in their own life. They instinctively know what's right for them. They've got the power to say no and walk away at any time. So They're not a victim to all of this, you know. They are stepping into the power now. They're making some better decisions for themselves, not ignoring stuff anymore like they were before. If you've known this person to just ignore things and, you know, not deal, they are getting wiser now to that. Attending to the details. You see, they're sorting stuff out. They're attending to the details. Good. And what else? They are going to attend to the details, right? So the next move, yeah, it's sorting something out in their own life so that they're a better person, a better relationship potential for you, but they're also going to make a move towards you before that is fully done. They want a victory with you, and they don't want to lose you. And quite frankly, they can't resist temptation. They do respect you, though, right? They do respect you. Coming forward with respect there, but it is through temptation, you know. It's before they really wanted to. It's temptation. Well, happens to the best of us, hey? The next move. Flower's next move. Flower's person's next move. Revenge and problem. Uh-oh, but someone is a problem here. Could be an ex. Someone's causing a problem in their lives. They could be having to deal with that. Revenge. No, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, this, just in case you were having that question in your mind. Say, you know, if this is an addiction that I'm talking about, it could be friends of theirs that want to take revenge on them, you know. Addicted people can do weird things when you break away from that. Just try quitting alcohol and being around your friends that drink. It's weird the way that they behave. Trying to persuade you to have one. It's just weird. Anyway, there could be, and drugs might be even more accentuated than that. Someone could want revenge off them just because of the stuff that they're sorting out here. Having problems with people there, so they're having to deal with that too. Doesn't feel like an ex, but it will be for some of you, because for some of you, I think this is talking about an ex. Someone that they're still seeing, and the temptation is for them to kind of have an affair with you. But revenge could be a problem here. Anyway, bit of turbulence going on there, yes, for sure. Okay, what's your next move? Let's find out. What is Flower's next move? Flower's next move? This Tower. Oh, you're going to blow up at something. So things falling apart. You wanting to blow this thing up. You know, it might be an ultimatum to them saying, you can't have this and that. So you could very well be causing them to face up to these things. Very much feels like your energy, that. I feel you're the Tower. You're the one that blows things up. And the King of Cups. That is unconditional love in your feelings. Tell us why the Tower is here. Awakening. So it's rumbled some power inside of you, and you're like, damn it, your anger comes out, your Aries side comes out. Now this doesn't surprise me, because this is most likely the divine masculine. This is the divine feminine. Venus has, in the astrology, has gone into Aries lately. The Mars hasn't yet got into Aries, so they're not in their Aries energy. Divine feminine has been for a couple of days now. And so if you're feeling this fire welling up, like your Kali kind of thing, it's like, it's time to blow this up and get this moving and sort this out, that is your next move. So you are going to give them hell. This is what it feels like. You're going to give someone hell. You're going to blow things up, because it's stirring up. This energy is stirring up. It's like, damn it, I'm not waiting. And it's all about the masculine energy. So you're angry at the masculine energy. That energy is coming out of you now. And you give them an ultimatum or something like that. Or, you know, that passion that you've got and that aggression comes out in a good way too. And don't question yourself on that. It is a good way. This is positive energy. It's good. It's Kali energy. It's like, come on, do something. King of Cups. You know that they love you. Even if you blow up at them, there's no love lost there. You know that. They could even love it when you do that as well. This could be someone that loves you when you're in your fiery, passionate energy like that. That could be the temptation. Six of Emotions. You know that they're your twin flame, your soulmate. You've got a very strong bond here. You know that the love is there. So there's no love lost here. So even though you might be like, oh, do I do the right thing by going off at them. Yes, you did. The relationship is still very secure there. So you might just be wobbling a little bit on that and having to calm yourself down. Like, wow, I don't know what came over me. I went crazy at them. Home is behind that. They're your home. They're your King of Cups, Six of Emotions. They're your person. They are your person. And so that security is there. Okay. Flower's next move. So you're going to go off at them. Is what this is saying. That's your next move. Get angry with them. Rah! Ultimatum is what it feels like. Flower's next move. Come on, give us more. There we go. Sexual union. There's a lot of passion between you guys, I'm telling you. It's temptation. It's so tempting. This is the kind of relationship where you love having arguments with each other because you end up having sex. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you're one eternal soul, for there you'll find true bliss. There's a lot of passion in this one, for sure. Focus on the positive. So you're going to focus on the positive. You're going to have to focus on the positive and not judge yourself for blowing up at them as well. Some of you aren't used to that energy and haven't accepted that dark side of yourself, which is not that dark really. You're allowed to be assertive. You're allowed to be aggressive. It's a good thing. Some situations call for it. If you're feeling anger, it calls for it. So it's not a bad thing. Anger's not a bad thing. We have it for a reason. Communication. So you want to communicate with them, and you're going to. Yeah, so it could be you like barging in, having that conversation with them, and you know, if they've been avoiding conversing with you, that's when you blow up and you're like, no, damn it, we're having this conversation right now, and then you end up in bed with each other. Tell us more. Flower's next move. Trap. And holding on. Okay. But in this situation, yeah, you've kind of led yourself into a trap here, because then you don't want them to go, but they do. They have to go, and they have to keep on sorting out what they've been sorting out there. Okay, so it kind of backfires against you, this next move that you make. You do come together, the tempted, you come together, you because you've blown up at them, and just the passion is there. I mean, it gets them moving, it lets them know where you're at, but you have got together again, and it's kind of trapped you in this, oh God, I've done it again, I'm in this, now I'm in this, you know, they're pulled away again, and I'm not wanting them to go, and I didn't really get what I wanted, but at least it's moved the energy a bit, it has. Ooh, if that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get the deeper dive for this, the extended reading, in order for me to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now. Guidance for you in this relationship. What do you need to know about them and you and your dynamics, and how to make this relationship work really well when you're together? Let's find that out too. Let's find out how this might all play out with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. Get your email address right. Type it in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower. I was thinking about food then. I drifted off. I'm hungry. There's a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, you will see a picture of a video. I'm thinking about food again. A picture of a video. When you click on the picture of a video, if it doesn't take you to a video right away, then just click on it with a different device, and it will take you there. I need to eat, right? So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Let me know how this resonates with you, what's going on, or just say hi if you don't want to share that in personal details. Totally cool. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week. If you've got any suggestions of what you want me to do them on, let me know in the comments below. I also do a daily energy update for the collective, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give mini reads for donations. So come along to that sometime. You can find it on my YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing thing down there, and you can see the next show laying in wait, and you can come along. And what else? That's it. This is where you're leaving me. Good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'm going to see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell, then this one's for you. Shells, let's find out what your person's next move is, what your next move is as well. Let's get both sides of the story. Now, as always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that. In that, I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now. I'm also going to go into guidance for you in this relationship. So the dynamics between you, what you need to know about them, what you need to know about yourself, how to make it work really well, and also how this might all play out, along with possible timelines for that. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. So let's find out, generally, first of all, what are the next moves that's going on here. Calling forth a wave, so it's about to get real. Let's put it that way. Could get very emotional. You want something to happen now. It's like, I know this is going to be difficult, but let's do it anyway. It's that kind of an energy. Calling forth the waves. I'm just waiting on some food to be delivered. I just was puttering around doing things for 20 minutes thinking the food was on its way, and I thought, well, just in case it's going to be much longer, I better get on with my work, even though I'm starving hungry. I might need a break in this video, is what I'm saying. Anyone who's come out? Okay. Tell us about that. There we go. Community. Something about community here. Right. And so, connections. People around you. People around this relationship is causing a little bit of trouble, is what it feels like here. Calling forth the waves. You know that this is going to cause trouble. Maybe within your family. Maybe within friendship groups. Maybe in the community. So, it feels like you're both kind of prepared for that, is what it feels like. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I see. Prudence, but yeah, you're careful. Yeah, you're being careful, prudent about it, and so you're very aware of these things. Don't be lured by the siren song, it says. Prudence, so be careful in this. It's raining outside, so Chicken Cat's in here with me, having a wash there on the corner of the bed. Right, what's your person then? Your person's next move towards you or away from you. What's your person's next move? Shell's person's next move. Have you met this person or not? 2 of Swords, they don't know yet. They're undecided. Your person maybe has a little bit more fear than you. You might be a little braver than your person. Oh, you got to sneeze? In this stuff, in this emotional stuff, in the conflict that may happen in the people that are surrounding this relationship, they may not be as brave as you are. Completion of a cycle so that they can start a new cycle. That's always good to see. One more, I'm told. One more. What's the next move? What's Shell's next move? Shell's person's next move, I mean. Shell's person's next move. There we have it. 3 of Pentacles, wanting to plan. Right, so your person is being rather cautious here. They're a little bit more fearful than you to just dive on in there. You're like, come on, let's do this. We'll take the flight. We'll do whatever. And they're like, they're a bit more cautious than that. They need something to end first, and then they want to plan. So your person could be an air sign, or they just could be that kind of person that likes to plan things. Like, you know, very think about things. 2 of Swords. Well, they're very attracted to you, so that's something. Queen of Inspiration. So they're seeing you as the queen. They're still undecided about their move towards you. Like I said, it's lack of courage. I'm feeling it. It's not coming out in the cards, but I'm feeling it. You're the Queen of Inspiration, the one that takes action. They're not feeling like the King of Wands at the moment. But they find you incredibly beautiful, and they do want to be with you there. So they've got that pull. They've got a pull of something else, which is fear, is what I'm feeling. What's behind this is teaching, but they're learning. They're learning a lot from you, is what I'm getting. So here you are, all in your fire, going, come on, let's do this. Take the risk, come on. And they've seen you take risks in your life, and they've seen that it's worked out for you, and they wish they could be as brave and courageous as you are, but they're not quite there yet. And so that is why they're kind of holding back a little bit, but they do want something to complete here for a new cycle to begin. Tell us why the Wheel of Fortune is here. Why the Wheel of Fortune? Temperance. Very cautious person, taking the time, waiting on this, tempering themselves. Let's not rush into this. You know, you could be quite impetuous and they're not. They're like, take your time. Let's just take our time with this. And all of that. Let's get the next card out because my food is arriving right now. What's behind this is integration. Yes, they want more of your energy. You might want more of their energy. You seem to balance each other out here. I like it. We'll be back after food. Yeah, so what I'm getting from this is that the next move is kind of waiting on, well, it's waiting is the next move that it's saying so far, but it's waiting on them kind of integrating more of you, more of the spirit that you've got. It feels like you both need to balance each other out, right? But to be in a relationship with each other, you both need to get nearer each other's energy to do that. And so they need to take on a little bit of your courage, a bit of your go-getting, those kind of Queen of Inspiration stuff. And you probably need to take on a little bit of that planning and being a bit more cautious and all of that kind of stuff. You want to plan together then. You want to plan things together. You want to start a plan with you. Three of Pentacles. Tell us why the Three of Pentacles. But this is also about learning and teaching each other as well. You're getting so much from each other is what I'm getting. Well, they're definitely learning a lot from you anyway. Muse of Inspiration. Awesome. So now we've got the divine couple out here. Queen of Inspiration and the King of Inspiration. So this is when they get into that energy. They're learning to be the one that is courageous, the one, the go-getter, the one that claims that, the one that takes action. They're learning to be that. You're more of a risk taker. They are learning to be that from you. So it is the learning card, this. Three of Pentacles. How cool. So they're learning that from you. What's behind that is truth. It is truly who they are. Right, so maybe they had a parent or an ex or something like that. Someone like that telling them it wasn't okay for them to be like that. It was a wrongness of them. They kind of train themselves out of that. They become more of an overthinker, scared that they're getting it wrong, scared that someone's going to tell them off again, you know, for being like that. But their true nature is like you. You might have recognized that. You might be trying to bring that out of them, and I think it's working. So they are going to continue learning. Feels like they're already doing it. Continue learning from you of how to get into their courage again and be their true self. The true self. It's the truth of who they are. You're not changing this person. You're just bringing out who they truly are again. Because they've pushed it down. They've been taught that it's not a good thing to be risky and do all of those things. But it is. That's their nature. Okay. Hasn't really told us what the next move is. Just that they're learning that and integrating it. No, soulmate. Wait. that is it. Honestly, that's the next move, is the waiting, because they're undecided. Yeah. So wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So even though they're learning that, they're still not going to be rushing into anything. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. They're with you in spirit. They love your energy. You're so attractive to them. They know that you're a match. They know that you're a match to who they truly are. Soulmates. Had a bite of some of my food, but I wanted to finish this up before I kind of lost the energy of it, really. And then I'll eat more. Unleash your kindest self. Right, they're learning to be kind to themselves. So they've been beating themselves up for their true nature. Someone's been around them, probably an ex, in fact, telling them that it's not right for them to be like that they shouldn't be like that. And so they kind of believed them for a while. And now you're helping them get back to their true self. And they're having to be kind to themselves, kinder to themselves, who they really are. Family. This person has got family around them or is wanting a family. Probably got family around them. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. They want a family with you? Or you feel like family to them? Soulmate? Could be something about integrating families here as well. Neediness. They're worried. They're worried that that they need you. being needy. They're worried that you've got a lot to teach them and they don't have a lot to offer you. It seems to be one way at the moment, and they feel needy towards you here, and so they're worried. They're a bit worried that they don't have much to offer you. You've got a lot to offer them. They're learning so much from you already. You're like their teacher, you know. Responsiveness and tenderness. They are going to open up to you though. So they're coming round to this. It feels like, okay, so now we know more about them. Their true energy is that fire energy, but it's been taught out of them by someone. Now that someone might still be in their life, and they might be, you know, undecided as to whether to go with that Two of Swords. Shall I make a move on this? Shall I take this risky decision with this? Maybe a family around them saying, you shouldn't be like that, that's a wrongness of you, kind of thing. And they're just kind of stepping into their power, is what it feels like. Tenderness and responsiveness. So they are going to open up to you and be responsive to you and be tender with you and all of that. They're just worried that they're kind of needy at the moment, and that you've got a lot to give them, a lot to teach them. Just wonder whether they've got as much to give you, really. Well, what's your next move? So pretty much they're going to be waiting and figuring it out, is what that's saying, right? But meanwhile, a lot of shifts going on inside of themselves to step into that fire. What's your next move, Shells? Putting those burdens down. So you got some burdens to put down. It might not have to do. It might not be. Oh, I know what I'm trying to say and I can't get it out. Mercury, what you're doing. It might not be connected with them. The burden might not be them, is what I'm trying to say. These might be other burdens in your life. Too many. What's Shell's next move? Oh, Ace of Cups, and you start in love. You're ready for it, aren't you? Yes. Putting those burdens down. I want to know what these burdens are that you're putting down. So you're cutting loose of something. You might be quitting your job or something like that next. Or putting the burdens down. Maybe you've been trying to kind of coach this person to be themselves, and that you might be putting that burden down. It might just be a little bit much. You see they've got this energy of like wondering whether it's one-sided. They need you, kind of thing. You might be doing too much for them here, and they might be like, they're more my teacher than they are a partner. They want to be my partner, but they feel more like my teacher. I'm not sure I've got that much to offer them. If you just back off from that and put that burden down, the burden of them down, it could be that they warm to you more, than that they can feel like they can actually be a partner to you rather than a student of yours, you know. Just be careful about that. Your tendency to teach, to make things a teaching moment. I mean, it's great to encourage each other, but you don't need to take them on as a client, you know. So yeah, hold your energy back. There you go. Get more single, independent, focused on yourself. Hold your energy back. The energy that you're pouring toward them, the coaching, teaching kind of thing, it's great. They're learning from it, but it's actually keeping you from relationship. So your next step is to put that burden down. You don't need to coach them through this. You're not the therapist. You don't need to be that. If you step into that role, you're stepping out of the partnership role. If someone is your therapist, you don't get into a romantic relationship with them. You are not best placed to be their therapist, that teacher, and all of that in a romantic relationship. So if you step into that role, just know that you are invalidating the relationship. You're making it impossible for you to have to be in a relationship. So really back down from that is your next step. Put that burden down. So there's a part of you that feels like it's your responsibility to do that for them, to teach them and all of that. It's not. Past, present, and future. So this could be a codependent trait that you've had in the past, and you could have kept on taking projects on like this. But this person doesn't have to be a project. Don't make them your project. It's not your responsibility to do that. Let them do that. Just be a partner. If you have this urge to help, to teach people, do it in your work. Set yourself up a business like this, helping people, and don't do it in your personal relationship, not friendships, not family, not do it for your work. Don't do it in your private, personal relationships. Ace of Cups. Here you are. Love offer kind of thing. It's not really a love offer. It's just kind of being ready for a new start in love. Because you want someone to love you back, for it to be supportive energy, not a teacher. nor a student, not a mother or father, nor a son or daughter. You want it to be equal partners, right? And so you have to stop that urge to get into these dysfunctional roles, you know, to step up as the teacher or the coach or the therapist and all of that. It's really not healthy at all. And it really hit home to me because I used to be in that. Past, present, and future. You don't want to take this into your future. It really hit home to me when I offered to help a guy that I was seeing. It was a very short-term relationship in the end, but right at the start of it, and a friend of mine pulled me up on it because he was going to give me a lift somewhere, and it was a significant distance. And I said that I would help him with his stuff as a payment kind of thing for that. It was going to be, you know, some kind of a deal, but it was like being a therapist kind of thing, doing my work. And my friend pointed it out straight away. She's like, stop that right now, you can't do that, you're not best placed, just seeing each other, you're not best placed to help him with that stuff. And I'm like, you're right, what am I doing? Yeah. And I pulled back from that, and it really hit home. It's like, yes, I can't do this in my relationships. So Ace of Cups, you're feeling ready for a relationship, for a new start in a relationship, but it's all unknown and you're very much in your feelings there. So it feels like, to me, you might not be very aware of this, but this burden that you take on, it has you feeling a sense of control in relationships. And when you drop these burdens and you pull back your energy and you focus on yourself, suddenly this relationship is up in the air. You feel ready for it, but then it's all unknown. You feel vulnerable. You don't have an element of control. And so you're taking the upper hand by being the teacher, by being the one that does that. And that puts you out of alignment with the person that you're trying to have a relationship with. It makes it into a new kind of a relationship, which isn't a romantic relationship. But when you pull back from that and you don't do it anymore, then you feel vulnerable because then you don't have the upper hand anymore. You're not in control. You're not the teacher anymore. And so you don't know what your value is within a relationship, just being yourself. You feel like that's what these cards are saying, that you feel like you need to prove your value by teaching them something or coaching them or being a therapist. You don't. That's not what relationships are about. That's what therapists are for. Not what romantic relationships are about, or friendships, or any kind of personal relationships. You being you, just hanging out with someone is enough. Them loving you just for who you are. Not for a service you can provide. Not like, can you clean my house too? Some people have those beliefs, though, about relationships. Like, think about the guys that believe that the women should take care of the house and serve the man and stuff like that, you know? That is prove your worth within this relationship because you're not enough as you are. It is. It's saying that, and somehow you've taken that teaching on or something similar to that on, and you want to offer more services to that person than just being you and being with them. And so it leaves you in your feels here, the moon, unsure about it. Now I don't have the upper hand. Now I feel like I'm not worthy. Your person was not feeling worthy when you were being the teacher, right? Because there's something wrong with that. They should be paying you if you're the therapist. What's behind that is it's all good, but don't worry about it. I feel like you've caught it in time. I feel like you've caught it in time. I feel like you've pulled your energy back in time and you've realised this, or maybe watched this in time to go, oh God, yeah, she's right. Just like my friend did. I mean, it didn't repair that relationship wasn't going anywhere anyway. It was a fling. But you might have caught this one just in time. What's your next move? So your next move is to pull back from that and stop doing that codependent thing, because you'll wreck this relationship if you do that. So if you think, why do I always meet these projects? It's like, no, you're making this one into a project. You don't need to. Just don't take that role on. They didn't hand you that role. I'm sure they didn't ask you for that. You just stepped in, you saw it, and you stepped in. You don't do that. You've got to stop yourself from doing that. I do too. I've had to do that. I don't want to do it anymore. I recognize it now, and I recognize the urge, and I won't do it anymore. I don't want that. I want to be in a proper relationship. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, you'll be surprised where it leads. So this person could be your soulmate, you know, because you're learning so much from each other. It appeared at first that they were learning more than you, but you're learning a lot if you're getting this one about codependency. and how you set yourself up in these things. So it's not that you're just getting involved with people that are projects or that don't have that much to give you and all of that. This is actually saying you're the active part in this. You're the one that's setting up. You're the one that's giving yourself that burden, giving you that role and responsibility to feel more self-esteem within this relationship. So you need to stop that. You need to see it clearly this time and stop that, because this can be saved. This relationship can be saved. Okay, what else? And they will pull away from you. Like I said, they will pull away from you because they don't feel like they're enough, because they know that you're offering more value than them in this relationship. You're not just being in a relationship with them. You're also doing stuff for them like you should be paid for, you know. And so you're going to be setting yourself free next of those burdens, of that role responsibility. Oh, we didn't get one of these out. Let's do that now. Tell us more. Michelle's next move. Seems very clear to me. Take a breather and think it through. So you're going to be thinking things through, your side of things. Thinking of them less, thinking of you more. Taking a breather from it and not be all focused on them, which is a very codependent thing to do, is like, you know, not be thinking about your needs and yourself and what's going on, what you're learning, and be thinking about them and constantly giving to them and how can you help them and all of that. Not good, not good energies. Set yourself free from all of that. Good for you. Bad attitude and joy. There you go. Because one of them is kind of judgment. It's kind of saying to the other person, you're not good enough as you are. You know, I need to help you change and be this way because you're not good enough as you are. And that's not unconditional love. That doesn't make someone feel loved. It makes someone feel judged. So you're kind of coming across as having a bad attitude toward them. I don't feel they're really taking it like that, but underneath they'll be feeling it because they're feeling not good enough for you. They're feeling like they need you. Like that this, it's not a good thing. That's what codependency does. It makes the other person need us. We set it up so that they need us because we don't feel good enough just to be ourselves with them. Anyway, you break free of this and you get joy. You can be really happy together. So there is a lot of positivity available for this relationship if you both do this. And it's actually more you than it is them. It's more you learning about it than it is them. They're learning. Yes, they've got something to learn to step more into that risk-taking thing here. But still, even if they do that, they're not going to be able to step forward while you've got that codependent dynamic going on. Because the relationship will be destroyed if it goes on like this. So let them go. They're not a project. You're enough to be in a relationship as you are. But let's get some more out. So if this sounds like it is your situation, or could be your situation, let's find out. Let's get some advice out for you to get you through this so you can leave this behind for good now and get this relationship on track. So I'm going to give you guidance in the deeper dive for the situation you find yourself in right now. Guidance for you in this relationship, what you need to know about them, what you need to know about yourself, dynamics between you, how to make it work really well, and also how this might play out along with possible timelines for that. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to get your email address right. Type it in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. If you're on Gmail, you've got a promotions folder, check it. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. When you click on the picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. If you don't want to share personal stuff, just say hi because it helps out their YouTube algorithm so that they actually show people my videos, which would be nice because I've put a lot into it and YouTube don't, quite frankly. Come on YouTube, show people my videos, you meanies. And I do 3, right, click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week. If you've got any suggestions of what you'd like me to do them on, let me know in the comments below. I do a daily energy update for the collective as well, and I also go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, where I give mini reads for donations. So come along to that sometime. Would love to see you in there. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing thing down there, and you can click on set a reminder on that show to come along live. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this, and if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly.